the question comes to One Spartan Nation. Why? Why are we doing all this? Honestly, number one, first and foremost, is we were listening. We wanted to unify our fan base. And the idea behind this is to honor you. If you are giving in different areas of campus, if you are supporting the Spartans, you're in. And that's how simple this concept is of One Spartan Nation. We want to make it unified and simplified so that you make your gift, whether it's in any area of athletics, you're in. And thank you. And now we'll talk about the benefits and how that works. And there are some nuances to it, but the idea behind this is to honor and thank you for being a part of Spartan Nation. Am I not being heard here? Can you guys hear, Dom, can you guys hear me? Thumbs up? All right. Saw somebody saying turn on your speaker. All right. So the idea here is to unify. So three things: unify, so unite. We want everyone to be considered a member. And second is to build. We want to build sustainable success, and we want to do this through sustainable processes. And as you just saw a few moments ago, to transform. We want to make a lasting impact so Spartan Athletics is competitive for a long time, something that all of you can be proud of. So how did we get to this point? To take a few steps back, as many of you know, and many of you are involved, 1958, the Spartan Foundation was formed. And many of you have been deeply involved in building this program from the ground up and supporting for many years. And as that's evolved over the years, as NCAA rules have changed over time, institutional control needs to change over time. Ultimately, things changed. And we went from over athletics development to university advancement, and now back to athletics. But in all of these changes, over the last few years, a few things occurred to make sure that we're listening to you. Over the last year, we've been listening to a combination of our board, many of you, in fact, personally made hundreds of phone calls reaching out just to listen and hear what was successful in the past. What can we do better? We also had the CSU system had an audit. We went through an audit of our procedures to make sure that we're honoring donor intent. In fact, going through that process and the adjustments that we've made to this point were not only passed, but they were deemed commendable by the auditors. And any of you who are auditors out there probably know that that's not something you see very often. We're happy that we're moving in the right direction. And a lot of these were based on the recommendations that you've given, things that have worked in the past, but also recognizing what's successful in our competitors in the Mountain West Conference that can work here, and what things we need to adjust accordingly. The other thing, we listened to some consultants that came in, some of which have been university presidents in the past, and they made some recommendations as well, which came back to this whole concept of what is our focus? Well, number one, you make a gift, you're in. You are in One Spartan Nation. The next thing is our focus really needs to be on our student athletes. And so as we move forward, you will notice that our push will be about student athlete scholarships. And so to become a member, you can give in any area. To receive our best benefits, you should give to the Spartan Athletics Fund and Scholarship Fund, and for the purpose of our student athlete scholarships. So the focus on them and upon their education and the impact as the #1 transformational university is focusing on their scholarship. And Dom, if you wouldn't mind, as a part of our homage to our history here, if you could pull up our logo, just to show how deep we wanted to make sure you knew we were looking at this connection with our history here. Even within our One Spartan Nation logo, you'll notice the university name at the top, San Jose State. You'll notice the Spartan logo, but at the bottom as well, as an homage to this next generation of the Spartan Foundation, established in 1958. We wanted to make sure that even in our logo, it's recognized the importance of each of you that have made an impact for many years since we were established in 1958 in fundraising for athletics. So thanks for sharing that, Dom. So as we go forward, this hasn't just been lightly put together. We've taken the recommendations of hundreds of you, our board, consultants, through an audit process to ensure that we are honoring your intent, that how you want your hard-earned money to be used to benefit our student athletes is going that direction. And so as we go forward, I'm going to turn the time over here now to Nate Olsen, who's going to take this one step further to talk about our membership benefits and how this applies in One Spartan Nation. Nate, go for it.
Thanks, Rob. To properly thank all of the members of One Spartan Nation, we've introduced a really robust benefits package available to all members based on your level of support and also the areas in which you make an impact on Spartan athletics. Something that's new with One Spartan Nation is that membership benefits are available to all donors to individual sports as opposed to only the Spartan Athletics Fund like we had set up in the past. So all gifts to any area of athletics qualify for game day hospitality and some event recognition benefits. But like Rob had alluded to earlier, to get the top tier benefits, those are only available to you through giving through the Spartan Athletics Scholarship Fund or a couple of our other of our unrestricted funds as well. And those are our ticketing and our game day parking benefits. And Dom will touch a little bit on those later on. You can find your current membership level by visiting onespartannation.com and looking on the membership page. So we have a list of all of the current members, and currently the membership list is active through the end of 2020, and moving forward that'll be updated every 2 weeks so that you have a clear picture of all of the benefits available to you at any given time. Another thing that we're working on is the possibility of creating a dedicated mobile app for all of our members, and that'll show you, in your hand, all of the benefits available to you, and it also gives you a really easy way to immediately contact a team member for One Spartan Nation if you have any questions about tickets or benefits or anything else that's going on. It's very easy to get a hold of us. If nobody has any questions about benefits, I'll turn it over to Dom to expand a little bit on the tickets and parking that I referenced earlier.
If I could briefly interject before Dom jumps in here. Yeah, those of you who mentioned it, Dom and Nate do rock. They are awesome. So thank you for mentioning that. They are absolutely incredible. We're so excited to have them on our team, as well as Janine Cochran as well, dude does a great job. Really quickly, if any of you have questions that you've received, some of you received a text beforehand, you can also send us a text message, which is another way in which you can communicate with us at the following number. Maybe Dom or Nate. Well, actually, let's do this. Nate, while Dom's talking, if you could put this out there. It's 408-924-7589. You can send text messages to us and ask some questions as well. It's a great way you can connect as well. All right, Dom, go for it.
Thanks, Rob. So first of all, just thank you to all of our One Spartan Nation members for your support. We get to see the full scope of what you guys do for us and how you support us, and it really is incredible. And so whether you're a season ticket holder or if you're a donor or both, or you've been watching us from home this past year, we are very grateful to you. So secondly, I'll just repeat sort of what Nate and Rob both said, and that is we're here for you. That our goal is to make this simple and to unify and build this thing with you, but it's a lot to digest, and anyone on our team is here for you to help explain these things as we go along. So please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Nate, Janine, Rob, Blake Sasaki. We're all here to help you with this new endeavor. So with that being said, I think a lot of you might be kind of thinking, what does this mean for me? I'm a season ticket holder, or I'm a donor, and things are changing. So what I want to do is I'm going to share my screen here and bring up the new website, onespartannation.com, which if you haven't had a chance to view this yet, I would encourage you to check it out. It has it's a one-stop shop for all things athletics development and tickets. So in regards to tickets, we're going back to a model that you might be familiar with from a few years ago, where a portion of the money you spend on your season tickets is going to be credited toward your One Spartan Nation benefit level. So as you can see here, we have a grid that shows you, depending on the section that you sit in, sections 109 through 113, it has a breakdown of how much credit you receive for each season ticket. So if you bought a new season ticket in section 111, you receive $450 worth of season or worth of One Spartan Nation credit, and that's applied towards your membership level. So if, just to give an example, if someone was to buy a seat in 111 and donate $1,000, their One Spartan Nation membership level would be at $1,450. So you can kind of apply that to your scenario. And then if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And we've got a map down here for you as well to see where 2021 seating will be. What this ticket credit is probably going to affect the most, in terms of football at least, is parking. And we've gone through some changes with how we're going to do parking on game day. And I'll bring up the map here for you to see. We still have all of the parking here on the west side, and VIP parking and One Spartan Nation tailgate will continue to happen here in lot 1, with the floor being a $1,500 membership level. Next, we have all One Spartan Nation member parking at $250 and above will receive complimentary passes to park. And that's the biggest change, is before you got the right to purchase your parking pass. And now if you reach the member level, you receive the parking complimentary. And that's really why we're doing this, is because we feel like parking is a major benefit to membership and to being a season ticket holder and to donating. And so we want to provide this experience to you. We also don't know what tailgating is going to look like in other parking areas. This lot 3 that you see up top here is a day of game drive-in parking, and you got to pay $35 to park, and it's only parking. There won't be tailgating happening here. Same could possibly be said for the South Campus parking structure. It's not certain one way or the other what the tailgating capabilities are going to be. So lots 1 and 2 are your major parking and tailgating options that we've made available for you. So I'm going to kind of stop there, and I will turn it back over to Rob. And if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you.
All right. Thanks, Dom. Yeah, if you can keep looking through the chat here and make sure if any questions pop up, that'd be great. Thank you, everyone. I hope you know we recognize a few things here. With adjustments that we're making, with One Spartan Nation coming on board, we recognize this isn't going to be perfect, and we will need to make in-game adjustments. I think any of us that have been student athletes recognize that there will be things we will need to adjust. And so we're open to that. I think the key is that as we move forward, we want it to be simple for you. We want to make sure that as we're moving forward, it supports our student athletes and helps drive a championship program. And so as we're moving forward and you have suggestions, please contact us. That's what this is about. How can we get better? And so, Marie, is that your hand up? You wanted to say something? All right, sorry, go for it, Marie.
I know, I did. I raised my hand like I want to talk. First of all, I just appreciate all the work, obviously, that everyone's done for this. I do like the fact that we're trying to keep it simple. I also think it's important to note that we haven't raised, we raised season ticket prices, I think in GA, they went from 69 to 99, I think this year, but we haven't raised ticket prices in quite a while. And, the parking in lot 2, it went to 210 to 250 maybe, and you get 2 spots at 500. But that day is probably coming. Well, the bottom line is we have to continue to generate additional revenue. All of you know that. And our best donors are people who have been with us a long time and they care deeply about us. And some of the changes that we're making with One Spartan Nation, what was always a little bit puzzling to me is if you gave me $1 million, if you gave the department $1 million for the Spartan Athletic Center, you weren't a member of the Spartan Foundation or the Spartan Athletic Fund. And that was always an interesting concept to me. If someone gave $100,000 to women's water polo, you weren't a member of the Spartan Foundation, the Spartan Athletic Fund. So now the focus is everyone falls under the umbrella of One Spartan Nation. People want a sense of belonging. They want to know that they're a part of creating something really special. And I tell you what we're doing, we're changing lives, no question about it. There was a question in the chat about the wine on Charlie's desk, and I wanted to show you this. This is Vermeil wines, of course, our awesome Dick Vermeil. And on the back, it is etched with the championship, the 2020 football championship. So you want to get a bottle of these? All right, give us a call. Give us a call. We'll tell you what you got to do to get a bottle of the wine. Some of you are going to be getting it because in the past month or so, you've really stepped up to help us. So we're kind of excited about that. We do have a guest. Coach Brennan is somewhere on this call. We're trying to figure out how to beam him in. Ben sent him the link. And Nate, did you figure it out? We figure out where Coach Brennan is. We thought it'd be great if he could say a few words and say hello. I know we've got the timeline at 6 o'clock. Did we figure it out, Nate?
I'm looking for you, Coach. You'll be right there.
You're Coach of the Year in the Mountain West, Lombardi Coach of the Year.
So while we're waiting here for the greatest coach in the nation, hey, Dom, we've got a question here. Somebody just asked about their tickets. So if they have a $250 ticket credit, does that provide them parking?
Great question. So the answer to that is yes. And if we go back to the parking map, one thing that I did not mention is that parking in lot 2 is going to be divided into 2 different membership levels. So if you are at the $250 level, you will get a complimentary single stall parking pass. So you'll be able to drive into lot 2 with a complimentary pass and park your car. From there, the next level is the $500 giving level, and that provides you 2 parking spaces. So we're still working on exactly how the logistics are going to work out ahead of the season, which we will have figured out. But to answer the specific question, yes, you would receive a complimentary pass in lot 2 for 1 stall. And for additional investment to get to the $500 level, you would receive 2 spaces. You could theoretically park the car and then tailgate in a spot.
Great. Thanks, Dom. The other question that came up, is that per ticket? And yes, per ticket is what's listed online. So if you look online on onespartannation.com, you can see what per ticket the ticket credit is. So hopefully that can help in this as well.
All right.
Do we have the coach of the year here?
We do. There he is.
Yes.
Yay!
Wow,
Hi.
that was quite an ordeal. Hello, everybody. This was a really good deal. Thank you, Rob, and your team. One Spartan Nation, I think, is going to be game changing for all of us and how we do business around here, which obviously is a part of it. It's not always the most fun part, but it's definitely a very, very important part. I can't see everybody right now. I wish I could because of the way this thing is set up as a webinar, but just want everybody to know that we appreciate everything you guys do to help support us and help us build a sustainable, consistent winning program here at San Jose State in all sports, not just football. You know, I think I talk a lot about the leadership of Marie Tuitt and Dr. Papazian. You know, I say that because I know that none of these things happen. We don't climb that mountain. We don't have the success we had. We don't get all these things built, the changes that are happening here without them, without really, really special people leading the way. And that part of it is interesting to watch because, you know, I remember back in the day, you know, I grew up coming to games here. And, you know, the entire time I was an assistant coach from 2006 to 2011, nothing ever changed on South Campus. You know, there was no, now you walk around this place and it looks like an incredible major Division I athletic complex, which is just awesome. And I know everybody that's on this webinar has had a lot to do with that. But I love where we're at. I love where we're headed. And, you know, our team right now is training, lifting, running, doing a little bit of work with the coaches. And it's been really a really good time for us to kind of reset and now get focused on 2021. So we got a new mountain to climb. Can't wait to get started with spring practice in about a month. But I just want to say hello, let everybody know how much we appreciate you guys. I mean that. You know, I'm sure everybody on this screen is people that have shown up for years for San Jose State University. And that is something that's so special and so important to me. And, you know, for me, selfishly, in a lot of ways, why it was so special when we won that championship and we got to carry that trophy onto the plane the next day, because I know how many people have put in so much time, hours, effort, money, and just hope and belief in the program. So thank you all for being here. I wish we were doing this in person like we normally do, but soon enough, we will be back together and we'll tell some stories and have a good time and get ready for whatever sport team we're rooting on then. So thank you.
Hi, Coach.
Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Hey, Rob, one quick thing too. Just real quick. 50% of our season ticket holders from last year just simply wrote a check to us as a donation to help with the COVID expenses, to help with, you know, the month that we were on the road, 150 of us. I just really want to thank everyone for that. And I think it was 40-something% that pushed their season tickets to next fall, which is great. I hope you'll still consider to give, even though you've got your season tickets paid for the year. And then there was a percentage that certainly wanted to refund. And given the challenges of COVID, we certainly understand that. And at first that was a little tricky for us to manage, but then we got it figured out. But I just really want to thank all of you that have supported us through our season ticket sales. And we need to sell more. There's a couple questions in there about whether or not we will have fans in the fall. Certainly that depends on the county guidelines, or the Santa Clara County protocols and guidelines. If they allow us, then absolutely. We're planning. We want to be optimistic, and we want our country to get healthy, and we want our county to be healthy, everybody to get vaccines, and just keep moving forward to the other side of the pandemic. But if we can't have fans, we're going to be incredibly excited about it. Our home opener against Southern Utah, we're excited for that. Whatever the amount of fans, they let us have 5,000 or 10,000 or 15,000, whatever they allow us to have in SEPQ Stadium, if we have any fans, we want to hit that mark. It's going to be a great day. We want to give our team their championship rings and raise our banner, and we're excited. We're excited for 2021, and all of you are a part of this. So thank you very much for what you have done and what you will continue to do.
Now, Marie, before we close here, we've got one more area that we wanted to call to your attention of One Spartan Nation, and that's the transform area. So if you go to onespartannation.com and you click on transform, some schools will call this major gifts. For us, it's transforming what we're doing, what you've seen with the Spartan Athletics Center and other future facility projects that are coming on board, such as our soccer stands that were recently funded by an incredible gift from the Swansons. Our baseball facility through many gifts, through the Lurries and the Trappanys and many others that gave to baseball. That concept of transforming comes from major gifts, which the university categorizes $25,000 or more over a 5-year period of time, above and beyond your annual gift. And so this would be something toward a facility or toward a scholarship endowment or other things. And many of you wonder when you see planned gifts, what that means. It's an estate gift or funds that you can leave behind to leave a lasting legacy for Spartan student athletes. So we encourage you to look at onespartannation.com. There will be more information regarding Champion Society and those that are giving on a major gift level that we'll be able to provide VIP experiences for above and beyond the ticket tailgate concepts that we talked about before. But for those of you that have truly invested in our student athletes and done so, whether it be through a planned gift or whether it be through a 5-year pledge. And so just a heads up, one place to look at that and where future information will be coming is onespartannation.com. And this is why we want to make sure you keep hearing this over and over again. It's one of the many ways we hope to continue to communicate with you. We'll continue to use phone calls. We'll continue to use emails. We'll continue to send direct mail. We'll also use onespartannation.com. And for those of you that are adept to social media, we do have One Spartan Nation on Twitter and Instagram as well. And so there are many venues and vehicles to do this. And of course, Ted Lopez would have my head if I didn't say this. You can also text now as well at 408-924-7589, which is a ticket office line as well. Those of you know that number. So we look to unite, to build, and transform together. So as you have thoughts, and you feel free to reach out to each of us with your thoughts. My heart aches. I haven't been to be at a game with each of you yet. It's killing me not to go just walk through the stands and say hi and shake hands without hand sanitizer. But you know, we'll get to that day, and I'll have a bucket of hand sanitizer if we need to do that to at least be able to say hi. So we're really looking forward to visiting with you face to face when the time comes. With that being said, thank you for your support. We can't thank you enough. We look forward to seeing you and connecting with you. And Marie, I'm going to turn the time over to you to close our town hall.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, Rob Clark, he's a football guy. Well, he's all sports. Otherwise, I wouldn't have hired him. But it was killing him not being able to be a part of this football program this year the way he would like to be. So again, just want to thank Rob and his staff, Janine, Dom, and Nate, for all the hard work that you're doing. There were a number of questions that we didn't answer, so I'm going to ask staff to make sure they capture them. And if we can tell who sent it, that we'll certainly respond if we can. And just feel free to call. You know, I'm not big on change, okay? I think we've had a lot of change in the last few years. So the staff had to kind of push me a little bit about this because I just think we've gone through quite a bit in trying to stabilize things. But I also recognize that, you know, you gotta look to be different as we move forward. And so that's why I'm excited about One Spartan Nation and appreciate everybody's help. It's going to take a little bit of adjustment this fall, so everybody stay patient and stay calm. But just know that we're doing it because we believe it's in the best interest of our student athletes and our coaches. Okay, thank you. Watch the live streams of all of our sports. It's going to be awesome. If you have questions, give us a call. Please talk to your friends and other people you may know. Tell them to get involved. Tell them to come on, let's go. It's going to be an awesome fall next fall. Appreciate everything you're doing and look forward to seeing you soon. Okay? Thanks, everybody.